Hi, I'm Robert, one of the technicians at Grady Veterinary Hospital. With summer in full swing, we wanted to talk about flea control. We've had a very mild winter, so fleas are really out there now. Okay, to talk about the four stages, life stages of the flea. There's the adult, there's an egg, there's a larvae, and a pupae. The adult is what we're going after with these products. Some of them do kill the eggs that's on there, but the eggs are very hard to penetrate. So we do recommend this year-round, and you want to put it on it every month because it will start to break the life cycle of the flea. A female flea can lay 50 eggs per day on your dog, or the flea population can get out of control very quickly. There's not a stickiness to the egg. The egg usually will fall off and fall into your carpeting or out into the grass, and it can survive out there. And then once they become a mature flea, their back legs are made for jumping, so that's how they come from the grass or from the carpet onto your animal. If you see one flea, you have 50 eggs at least that you're going to have to get rid of that are going to become 50 fleas, and then more and more and more. So these guys can replicate and become infestation within days and weeks. So a lot of these flea controls go into different stages as far as trying to get rid of fleas. It's much easier to prevent fleas than it is to take care of your house once you have an infestation. Fleas are really attracted to the mammalians, so us, cats, dogs, the rabbit outside, the raccoon, anything can bring fleas into your yard, which is possible for them to pass it on to your dog or cat. So the first one that I would like to talk about is Capstar. Capstar is a very flea-specific medication. What it does is it kills all the fleas on your dog or cat within hours. It's a pretty impressive product. We've actually had dogs and cats come in here that were so infestated with fleas that you give them this pill, and if you set a white towel underneath them, you can literally see just the fleas falling off around them. So Capstar works really well as far as getting rid of the fleas quickly, but it doesn't work as a long-term flea control. Dogs and cats are allergic to the saliva in a flea's mouth. A flea will bite your dog, and in turn it turns the skin softer so they can bury in there and feed on your dog or cat. What fleas feed on is blood. So a lot of the times we'll find flea dirt is what it's called, which is actually feces from the flea. It's digested blood that they'll get rid of on top of your dog or cat, and when you run a comb through there, you can just see all this black stuff falling off of them. So once we have the initial flea problem taken care of, a lot of these flea controls, really, we recommend them based on your pet's lifestyle. Frontline is a really good one if you have a very active dog that's outside swimming. It's a little bit more waterproof than the other ones. As well as if you're in a wooded area, Frontline does ticks as well. Ticks isn't necessary for everybody, but if you're in a wooded area or high grass area and you have ever seen a tick on your dog, Frontline is the way to go. We have the 2 Advantage drugs back here that work really good as far as if your dog's not going to be exposed to ticks, not a frequent swimmer, stuff like that. The Frontline just has shown to be a little bit more waterproof versus the Advantage. The Advantage is starting to do some ticks as well. The one we carry just does fleas. And then the Revolution, that's for our really small guys, for cats and for very small dogs. It does do heartworm preventative on it as well. It's a topical flea control. It'll take care of fleas, mosquitoes, ear mites, and some intestinal parasites. So on our really little kittens, we prefer to use the Revolution because it takes care of a bunch. In a little cat, fleas and ear mites almost go hand in hand on little kittens, so we really like to use the Revolution on that. The last one is Trifexis. That's a heartworm/flea control. It works really well to control fleas. One of the reasons on why we would not use Trifexis in your dog if it has an allergic reaction to flea bites, because the flea has to bite your dog in order to die with the Trifexis. To wrap everything up, ounce of preventative is worth a gallon of treatment. If you can prevent the fleas from ever becoming a problem in your house, you're going to have a much happier pet year-round. Again, these guys love to live in moist and humid conditions. So even in the wintertime, if your dog had a flea and it fell down in your carpeting, in the wintertime it can live there and then multiply there, and you can have a year-round problem. So again, we recommend all these products year-round. A lot of them do take care of the fleas, but also intestinal parasites that live year-round and stuff like that. So we really want to make sure that your pet is on a year-round preventative.